Hello, everyone. This is Jay from Live to Love Tarot. I've been getting a lot of reads, people asking me how, how do they get over a heartbreak? So I wanted to do a really quick read to see what advice we can get from Spirit, to see what advice Spirit has to help you get over a heartbreak. What advice does Spirit have? I'm using the Teenage Oracles just to get some, which they're not working very well. Sometimes I can do it and sometimes I can't. Okay, so we're going to do a draw read. Let's see what advice Spirit has. I wanted to really mix them up. When it comes to how do you get over a heartbreak when you're in depression? I mean, what are you supposed to do? You sometimes we force it, but I just wanted to see what I could do for you. So the first one we have is listen to your feelings, which I tell everyone that you have to feel, you can't fight the negative, because the more you fight the negative or the hurt and the pain, to me, the more it comes back twice as bad. So we have be kind to yourself. Yes. We can self-blame. It makes us, when we have a heartbreak, it's easier for us to blame ourselves for what happened. But you have to remember, it takes two to connect, to have a relationship, and it takes two to break it. So, and one more. Every storm must pass. Yes, it's not the end of the world, although it feels like it's the end of the world. It will change. I promise you. So let's get some tarot from the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. We're going to start with listen to your feelings and then move on to the rest of them. I'm going to draw all the tarot like I normally do. If you know me well enough, you know that I draw all the tarot first. So let's start with listen to your feelings. We have the Six of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I might have to move this over because I'm using my phone because my puppies knocked my camera over and I don't know if it's working. We have the Six of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Five of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Five of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Strength card, Leo energy. The Six of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Four of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And the Eight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So some of the, when I do draw reads, I just, I draw until I feel like I need to stop. I know that sounds weird, but when I'm shuffling, it's different because they're coming out. But for this way, I always have to do it this way. Let's do be kind to yourself, okay? We're going to do, all, like I said, we're going to do all the tarot, and then we'll break it down. So we have the Hermit. Judgment. Five of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Hangman. And the Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now we have every storm must pass. We have the Death card, Capricorn. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Fool card, and the Sun card. And I feel like I need one more. And the Empress. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, first, you have to listen to your feelings. I always believe that when you try to force the hurt and pain out of your head, making excuses, it's worse on you. People don't understand. You have to embrace those feelings. You have to feel them, cry, do whatever you need to do, because only when you feel them is it easier to release them. And what I mean is everything takes time, But if you embrace, feel, and let go, it's getting out of your head. It's not stuck in your head, because when you sit there and you're like, I'm forget it, it's over, and that person was an idiot, or you self blame yourself, or you blame the other person, it's not dealing with your feelings. So what these cards are telling me is the 6 of Wands with the 5 of Cups is exactly, listen to your feelings, recognize the loss and grief, embrace it. Don't fight it with the 5 of Wands, because it's only going to make you weaker. And with the Strength card is telling you, this is going to make you stronger. It may not feel like it the first few times, but you'll understand it because you're releasing it. Even though you might feel the same way the next day and the next day and the next day, the more you kind of fight it, the more you're not healing. With the 6 of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, is exactly give to the healing. Part of giving to the healing is feeling the hurt, the loss, the grief. It's dealing with it. It's embracing it, bawling your eyes out, no, don't hit anything. I'm just, I almost said hitting a wall. You're going to get angry. There's nothing wrong with it. But what the 8 of Cups is telling you is, if you listen to your feelings, if you recognize them, this is someone you cared about and you lost them, instead of, putting it off on blaming something and trying to put it out of your head. This is part of your healing process, and this will help you to evolve, to heal and let go. And it will also help you to move forward. Each day it'll get better and better as long as you go through this process. And through this healing process, don't self-blame. Don't, the one thing I don't like is when people, and I have friends who do this, when people think that they're worthless. Of course you're going to feel worthless because you lost this person. I'm sure this person's going to feel worthless because they're not in your life no more. But you should never feel worthless. There's always a reason why. And we are harder on ourselves than anybody else. So Spirit's telling you to be kind to yourself. And really, with the Hermit, don't withdraw from judgment. And that's with you and that's with the other person. I know right now you're hurt, and the first thing is, to be angry towards that person. But here's the thing. People don't understand you love this person. You can't love and hate this person in the next second. The only thing that throwing hateful, angry emotions at someone does is it sticks you backwards. It takes you backward. You want to go forward. You want to move towards letting this go. Even if down the line you reconcile, you still have to let go of this bad. Because if you continue to kind of push it off and not deal with it, or pass judgment on the other person, the other person's family, friends, it takes you backwards, and you want to move forward. You want to get over this. Whatever the 5 of Pentacles is telling me again, don't put yourself out in the cold. Don't isolate yourself during this process. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, withdraw from any negative energy that you're going to bring towards yourself or towards this connection. I'm not saying that you're not going to get negative. It's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to go through all these feelings as long as you let them go. Feel them, embrace them. Do what you need to feel it and then let it go. Because it's all about self-love. Being kind to yourself. You have to love yourself. You're the only one that can heal you. The other person can't heal you. Your friends can't heal you. Your family can't heal you. You have to heal you. So you're going to put a lot of work on yourself. So you have to love yourself, be kind to yourself, as you go through this healing process. And know that every storm must pass. Everything heals and moves forward. I know. I always say this. When I went through a really bad divorce. I mean, it was really bad. Everything possible on this earth that could happen to somebody happened to me. So I went through all that blaming myself, blaming, the person at the post office. Everybody was to blame because I was miserable, because I was hurt, because my family fell apart. But I always sat there, and when I would embrace it, feel it, deal, and let go. And it took a while for me to do this. It didn't happen right away. I wish I had done it right away because that's the thing, you waste a lot of time. I always said to myself, I wonder how I'll feel in 2 years. So if that's what you need to do, do that. Know that every storm passes. I mean, I made it through, and all I did personally is waste a lot of time on blaming my ex-husband. I'm blaming me. Like I said, I blamed the person in the store. I blamed everyone was to blame. But there really isn't anyone to blame. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. Don't get me wrong. When someone does you dirty, they don't have the right to be in your life again. But you also shouldn't let it go with hatred. And like I said, I got some scars and triggers. Every once in a while I trigger. But you know what? When I got into embrace, let go, I'm so much better. And the storm passed. It's almost like if I could tell everyone to imagine themselves a year from now. Right now you're hurting, you're going through all this, but imagine yourself a year from now. If you can do that, it's so much easier. Time makes things heal. Time makes things better. So you do have to give yourself time, but work on being kind to yourself and really listening to your feelings, because I know for like the 2 years I went through my divorce, I did the opposite. I didn't want to embrace them. Oh, this person doesn't deserve it. It's not about this person. It's about you. It's about embracing the hurt, the pain, the loss, the grief, so that you can move on. Because eventually you're going to have to embrace it. Why not now instead of like I did 2 years later? All right. So we have the Death card, which is Scorpio. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Fool card, the Sun card, Leo energy, and the Empress. So eventually, just get this in your head. There's going to be a time when the storm is going to pass, when this hurt and pain and loss is going to end, and you're going to make a transition that is going to move in a positive direction. Basically, you're going to be able to move on past this person. You're going to be able to charge forward to a new beginning. And like I said before, it's up to you when you start working on that new beginning and moving forward. The longer you stay stuck in not embracing your feelings, in self-blaming yourself for this connection breaking up, the longer it's going to take for you to heal. And like I said, eventually it'll pass, and you'll think positive about, and this is another thing. When you are doing so good, you have got to love yourself. You have got to be proud of yourself, lift yourself up. Okay, today, you know what? I don't feel so bad. On the days that you feel down, think of those days when you did better, and it helps a lot. That's what I always do. Because eventually, like I said, you're going to start over. You're going to find your happiness, your sun, your illumination. You're going to find this calm sense. And then with the Empress, you're going to become yourself again. You're going to start nurturing life. You should be nurturing life anyways, but you're going to be able to stand in your power again. does not last forever. The only time it will is when you don't listen to your feelings, when you self blame and are not kind to yourself. We are the creators of our lives, and we all go through hurt and pain. It is up to us. The second that you start listening to your feelings, embracing your loss, embracing the grief, embracing the pain, you move that much closer to healing and being able to evolve, become stronger. When you get to the point where you're healing, you'll know it because you'll start seeing the lessons. You'll start seeing, well, yeah, well, why did I want to be with that person? They did this. Well, now I'm stronger. That's when you begin to evolve. That's when you become stronger and are able to really look at this as a positive step. It doesn't seem positive at first, but eventually, for me, I, leaned on my marriage too much. I didn't do much with my life. I kind of like everything was my marriage and my family. That's I'm going to live for that. So I didn't have my own independency, and it was scary, but now I love it. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, wow, because I was married for so long and I was so young. I never had a chance to kind of like dictate my own life. Everything was, in even from the place that we lived was the direction of my husband, what was right for my kids. And now I have a chance to live my own life with two crazy puppies, but I don't know, it made me calmer. But I took too long to heal. I wasted a lot of years in this process going through this really awful divorce instead of just embracing and letting it go, really accepting that this was part of my divine path to help me grow and become a stronger person. And you can do the same thing. So I know it hurts. And I know there's days where you're depressed and you don't want to get out of bed. And it's hard to look at anything positive. But if you follow these steps, I promise you, as someone that's been through it, the faster you do this, the closer you are to being able to let go and heal the hurt and pain. So I hope this helped you. And I appreciate you for stopping by. And as always, go with love and peace.